For a lot of us, health has started to feel like a never-ending checklist. Appointments to make, prescriptions to manage, and a whole lot of just powering through. And sure, sometimes that's exactly what we need. But other times, what we truly crave is something softer and deeper. Simple relief, simple restoration. A moment where the nervous system can finally loosen its grip and the body can remember what calm actually feels like. And that's exactly where our guest comes in. His innovative business is built around supporting our minds and bodies when life feels heavy, when stress becomes the default setting, and when wellness feels like something we're always chasing but rarely reaching. We're talking about alternative healing today as a bridge, bringing self-care closer, making it more accessible, and honestly, making it fun. Because here's the twist. Instead of you having to hunt down the wellness, he's bringing it directly to you. So, let's turn to our conversation, shall we? Welcome back to the Web Remedy podcast. I'm the host, Renee Orr, Associate Director of Web Squared and Entrepreneur Coach. Our guest today is Quentin McAdoo, the founder of Mobile Saltworks, a wellness on wheels company he launched in January 2023. Quentin has built the world's first all-electric mobile salt cave, a fully immersive sanctuary that comes to you. Inside, you'll find salt therapy, zero-gravity massage chairs, virtual reality meditation, red light therapy, and more, all designed to support respiratory health, immune function, stress release, and overall restoration. Quentin, we're thrilled that you are with us today.
Thank you so much, Randy. So happy to be here to talk a little bit about what we have going on, how we're going to shake up a few things and create so much value for people.
Great. And so let's just jump in and please tell me all about Mobile Saltworks.
Yeah, to get started, Mobile Saltworks was a very unique name that I came up with a while ago. And I thought about how pure salt is, how it really helps people. Salt really does work. So I came up with the mobile aspect and then combining salt and works into one word. So over the years, I was just looking for ways to help with well-being. And I noticed that holistic alternative wellness is very unique and helpful. It's a little bit different than what we're used to. You grow up, you constantly taking different medicines, you're looking for vitamins, all that stuff is good. However, when there's something that you can utilize, and that something can be from the ground, like pure natural from the earth. And that's what I discovered in salt therapy. I found that you can literally just be in a room, breathe in pure sodium chloride, which is salt. And when you consume and breathe in that salt, it does wonders. I have allergies really bad, extremely bad. And I would say utilizing salt therapy has helped with my allergies. I cough less, I have less headaches, my stress levels is low, a lot lower. So Mobile Saltworks is a great platform that I wanted to put together that can help with the economy and it can help people get access to alternative wellness without having to travel.
Can you share your own discovery and journey into salt as a healing factor for yourself and others?
Yeah, I salt has been around in my world since I was little. Whether I was goggling out my mouth with salt because my gums was hurting. If I was recovering from playing sports, I played basketball, track, and coming up and did a little bit cross country as well. So what I would normally do is take salt and place it into the tub, and I would just soak in that water for 30 minutes, and my body would just feel better. So I was literally at a cubicle at work one day, working full time, and one of my colleagues noticed that I had a Himalayan salt lamp on my desk. And I kid you not, my colleague mentioned that she was going to be inside of the lamp during the weekend. And I was like, whoa, what are you talking about? She mentioned how she was going to a salt cave. So I never heard of a salt cave. So then I started researching and I started going to salt caves or salt rooms. And after going 3 times, I noticed that my allergies was feeling better. And again, I bring up headaches because I will constantly have headaches and just
Mhm.
burned out. But being able to experience different salt caves on how you can go to a salt cave in Winston-Salem, then you can go to one in Durham, or you can go to one in Myrtle Beach. They all are different, but they all share the same common thing, which is having what we call a halo generator. Salt therapy works through having a halo generator. Halo is the Greek word for salt. And how it works, you just place pure sodium chloride inside of a halo generator, and it crushes the salt into tiny particles and disperses out into a salt room or salt cave. So that's how I became very familiar quickly with salt therapy and salt in general.
So you mentioned that there's Winston-Salem and did you say one in Durham? Are these like real caves or are these like man-made salt rooms or
Yeah, these are man-made salt rooms in these different areas, but it's the upfitting of the room or kind of like a salt cave experience.
have you been
But
to a real salt cave?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah, I've been well, I would say
I mean a natural salt cave.
no, I have not. I have
Okay.
not. Yeah, I have not. I would definitely that would be on my bucket list to actually go to one. It might be going overseas for that, but yeah, definitely, especially as I get ready to start traveling more. So, yeah.
Well, tell me a little bit about what your salt cave experience is like. When we say mobile, you actually have a van that you can drive around and give people an experience.
Yeah, the the experience is kind of like being at a spa or even like a mini retreat. So instead of, to your point, having to travel, we're coming directly to wherever you are. We're going to set up at your facility outside of your house. And when you enter our salt cave, which is fully mobile, you're going to get the experience to just not worry about getting in your car, traveling 25 minutes or an hour away. Um, you get easy access to it. The experience is being inside of a cave or a room with a massage chair and being able to get the VR experience where while you're breathing in that pure salt, you get the opportunity to be at a waterfall, beach, mountains, a garden, whatever you can. If you want to be in the clouds, like you're on a plane, we have over 12 different locations. And by the time you're done with the experience, you're going to feel rejuvenated, you're going to feel reset, you're going to feel fully relaxed. And then you get back to the emails, you get back to your manager, you get back to your work, whatever you're doing, if it's a game or um, if it's just burnt out from family or whatever the issue is, when you're done with our experience, you're just gonna have another boost in your energy.
And what are some of the other benefits that you have for the experience?
So the salt as well as the red light therapy, we help reduce inflammation. When you think about muscle pain, soreness, recovering from an injury, if you're looking for a way to avoid certain injuries to help with that, we have it where you can actually not only relieve that stress or the anxiety or that burnout, it overall from a physical aspect, it just rejuvenates your body in a way that's unlike anything you can experience. So from an inflammation perspective, it helps enhance lung functionality. We help with It's antibacterial as well. So there's so many benefits of the salt.
You've been in sports medicine for much of your professional life. What made you strike out onto your own and start this entrepreneur journey?
I would say being able to make an impact to people
Mhm.
that's convenient and easy access. Because most people, when you think about entrepreneurship, in my experience, I wouldn't want to pursue entrepreneurship if it wasn't something that could be very unique and different from all the others. And I thought about, are there pros, are there cons? You hear about Bitcoin and all these different other industries that are phenomenal. The common theme most people are receiving extremely great value are in it early. And in my business, when I came across a salt cave, I thought about, oh, this is unique, this early. Most people don't know about it. If I ask the common person, what is salt therapy? What is a salt cave? Is They might not be familiar with that. So I thought about, oh, this is an excellent time to create something that's early. The con would be explaining it. So being able to close that gap where from an education perspective, having stuff out there that's simple, easier to understand, that will really want to, once I got to that point where over the years, I received a certification in entrepreneurship from the University of Pembroke. I worked at the Institute of Minority Economic Development. I was under phenomenal leaders there, and being able to have access to over 100 small and diverse businesses and to hear their story. I always thought about if I was to pursue entrepreneurship, it has to be the perfect product or service. And that's what I came across with Mobile Saltworks. And then to your point, I've been in healthcare for over a decade. And I know the value of what burnout looks like, what well-being looks like, and to be able to hit all of those different bullet points, for me, I had to pursue this.
So if I go into your mobile salt cave van and I walk in, I will see massage chairs.
Yep.
I will feel the salt. I will be able to smell the salt.
Yes. Yes.
You'll put on a VR and I can be on a beach somewhere,
Yeah.
right? You
Yeah.
also talked about clouds or wherever I want to go. You've got a place. And I think I even went into your truck and you put on a big beach thing a while back, and I felt like, oh my gosh, I'm in New Zealand.
Yeah.
Um, how did you decide on this specific combination?
Yeah. And this might sound a little bit off subject, but I promise I'm gonna land it. I'm gonna land it. So I was listening to Sean Garrett, who is he's a songwriter, and he was putting together a song for Usher, the R&B artist. And uh, the song is called Yeah. And when he was putting this song together, he thought about he wanted to be able to put Thriller and like two other Michael Jackson songs together in one. And that's how he came up with Yeah. When I was doing this business, salt therapy in itself is a phenomenal service, great alternative approach. I thought about if I was a customer and I'm just traveling or going to traveling, going to different organizations or residential places, if they're just getting the experience of salt therapy, what does that look like? You enter the van, you have Himalayan salt on the floor. We have a generator inside, and you get a massage chair. So what are different things that could be added to that would not interfere with the salt therapy? So then I thought about when you're at the beach, you might see people working out. You might see people have a soccer ball or a football on the beach. You might see people doing yoga on the beach. All these different things are happening on the beach, and they're still able to be right there where the ocean's at. They still are able to breathe in all that pure ocean, salt, sand. It's a wonderful feeling, and you feel rejuvenated when you're done. So I thought about I want to take all of that and I want to be able to add more modalities to this experience. So I thought about virtual reality, how I did not want to have a VR experience when it comes to gaming. I want something that's meant for spas. Red light therapy, same thing. I thought about while you sitting in the chair, yeah, and it's a lot going on, Randy. It's a lot going on in terms of you're in a chair, you're breathing in salt, you're putting on the headset now. Then we have a small panel for red light therapy. But the common goal is if I can help people have 3 or 5 different services happening all at the same time and they all complement each other, why not?
Hmm.
Why not have it where you're already getting an amazing experience, but you're getting something that's a lifetime game changing type of experience where when you think about adding on, because we're not done. Like there's so many other services out there that that can be a complement to what we're currently doing. So I would say it's more to come. It might be 10 services all happening in this van. There's definitely opportunity for more.
And you're taking the kind of like food truck model approach
Yeah.
where it's like you take it out to people versus like a office someplace where folks have to travel to get there.
Yeah, I'm taking that model and then expanding a little bit more
Mm.
because when you think about food trucks, sometimes they're partnering with um an event, an organization, might be a community engagement, all this stuff going to happen, which is phenomenal and stuff. And then I'm taking some of that and then adding it to where if we're going to be at one location, like you take, I'll say, maybe there's a spring fest that's happening, and you have all these food trucks that's there, and then Mobile Saltworks is there. So with the food trucks, you have to, you're going to be ordering certain things, and then it's a timing thing and stuff like that, and then they're done from there. With our experience, we taking that, and then if you have someone that's at this event that's wanting us to come out to their place. That's where we're able to add even more value. Because when you go to a food truck, it'll be a little challenging for them. I'm just assuming if they have this wonderful menu and you're ordering something there, and you say, "Hey," the next follow-up question might be, "Where the next place you all gonna be at?" If you're doing the mobile salt cave, you can say, "Hey, I love the experience. Do you come out to houses?" And we do that. So we're able to expand a little bit more than the normal quote unquote mobile type experience. And then we're fully electric. We have no gas, we have no fuel, we have everything is through an electric vehicle, and we have solar panels on the roof. So we're very eco-friendly.
As we move into 2026, what are your goals this year for your business?
I would say I would want to scale more and have this more on a recurring basis, and where we can partner with different corporations and universities and have it where we're coming there on a weekly basis. And whether you're a student, athlete, or an employee, staff member,
Mhm.
you'll be able to utilize the services. That would then open up for opportunity to start the next project with starting a whole new process with another electric van and then being able to hire veterans. I have 2 older brothers that retired from the military. One was in the Navy, one was in the Army. and I want to be able to help veterans get access to work within my platform. So the goal in 2026 is it'll start with contracting, being able to actually get real contracts in place with these organizations. And then that's going to help us scale, hire more people, get more vans. Because this can be one of the biggest things ever on this planet.
Is there anybody
Ever.
out there doing this like you?
I would say no. There are now, Randy, there are like two other mobile salt caves, I think. But when you think about the other modalities, the red light therapy, the virtual reality experience, there's no one on this planet, not just in the United States, on this planet Earth, this little thing we call Earth, which can be so small to a certain degree. There's no one in the world that's doing what
So,
we're doing.
but you're really kind of a leader in innovation as far as this project goes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was, certain times you have gifts, like I believe in one God, and I think whenever you can take some of those gifts with a little bit of talent, because let me reword this. When it comes to like, I think we all have our own different gifts that God gives us. When it comes to talent, skills, and stuff, that's not gifts. That's stuff you go out and you actually got to work for. Faith without works is not dead. So I'm not just sitting here and saying, "Oh, I was blessed to be able to see and I can hear and I can walk." Certain things that other people aren't blessed to have that. However, and I learned this from a couple mentors in the past. I'm on time. I'm being prepared. Stuff that does not require any talent. That's what I've been focusing on within this business in itself. So
What do you love most about being able to bring this experience to people?
I think the shock factor for right now, since it's early, how people really are extremely surprised whenever I open up the van. When those doors are open, it's like, wow. And that shock factor brightens up my day.
Hmm.
Uh, and then I want to make sure that when it comes to like whoever I'm working with, I try to get a theme of what's happening within that organization or individual because I have the ability to change some of the color schemes that's inside of the van, and I can tailor it for whatever event that's happening. So I just love that. Wow, that's different. Never seen anything like it. Is this real? Can I touch the salt? Can I sit in the chair? It's like so many different perspectives.
Yeah, I remember when I first walked in and you're like, Brittany, you got to take your shoes off. I'm like, oh gosh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, yeah,
Because I was just wanting to like take it all in. And you're
yeah,
like, no, you can't just plow, you can't just plow in. You got to take your shoes off first.
yeah, and that that's right on because even when like I want to when the weather because we it's cold right now, it's really cold. So when it's not cold, when it's warm, springtime, summertime, I try to provide sock covers. So upon entering the van, you can put on these sock covers and you can actually feel the salt. Now that it's cold, I'm just providing shoe covers. I just want to get you inside the van.
If you were talking to somebody and they wanted to launch a mobile service-based business, what would be the first piece of advice that you would give to an entrepreneur who's trying to figure out what path they should take?
Within this business, if
Or
that's
just any kind of mobile service business, because what you're doing is unique. You're not setting up a shop somewhere, but you're taking it on the road.
yeah, I would say whatever mobile business a person want to start, make sure that you have love is great, but make sure you want to have a liking to whatever you're doing because there's people that's in love a lot, but then do they really like that person? That likeness is going to keep you involved in a way. Like when you think about the word like, it can lead to being open on certain things because you can like something right away. You don't necessarily love something right away. And I think being able to keep an open mind and think a little bit outside the box is one of the first things that I'll recommend. And sometimes that might be gathering information from people. I'll give you a quick example, Randy. This is a little bit outside. I don't think I've ever mentioned this to you. So in my business, because I'm traveling a lot and I like interacting with people. So I started doing Lyft and Uber.
Mm.
Now, whether I can fit that into my schedule an hour or 2 hours in a day, what that do is that leads me to have open conversation with the people. So I can say, hey, if I had a salt cave, and they're like, what is a salt cave? And I explain that, okay. So if you had a mobile spa that can come to you wherever you are, whether you're at your house, whether you're at work, what are your thoughts on that? I get that feedback. Next thing is access. Uber and Lyft have been around for a while now, which means they have built relationships. So Uber might have a relationship with an organization, and who knows, you might be interested in working with this organization. And maybe the time is not good. Maybe they have other initiatives that's happening and that you're not a focus right now, whatever you're doing. But then you might you might have to bring food to this corporation or whatever case might be. Then before you know it, you get another delivery and you're going back to the same organization. And now, after being there 2 or 3 times, you might build a relationship with somebody who in HR or
Mhm.
who is a decision maker for this corporation. Those are a little bit of things though that are outside of, I would say, the normal. There's not a straightforward, straight line process of doing things, I think. And I think when you think a little bit outside of the box, Uber, uh, partnering with a few chambers, finding a web square, whatever that case may be. I think being open and being willing to listen, because I think when it comes to and hopefully I'm answering your question, I think sometimes if you're willing to go into a room where your opinion is not required or needed, it'll open up your mindset where you can observe certain things. So being able, like if you starting out something, you want to do a mobile service, sometimes you might want to, like if you know, oh, I want to do a food truck, or I want to do a mobile spa, or I want to do a salt cave, or I want to do a wellness gym inside of a mobile unit, whatever that looks like, you have that liking to it. If you can get around people that's in that industry, they might not necessarily be doing the same thing that you're thinking of, but it brings back that mobile aspect of it. And if you could be around them and don't question or say anything. Just listen, observe that information because you're not an expert. I think that would be one of the keys to starting out. I might send you an email or have a question, you or Stephanie, about marketing or, what are your thoughts about this and stuff. So I think that's the key. Just sometimes just be a little quiet and listen.
Mhm.
You have two ears, one mouth
Yeah.
for a reason.
Well, I think that's just good advice anyway, because you want to learn what your average customer needs.
Yeah.
And we have to have an empathy understanding in order to really speak to their needs in order to market ourselves out. to
Yeah.
folks. So I think that's really great advice.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
So many people, I won't mention names, but so many people are talking at us all the time, telling us what to think. And, it's just nice to really just sit back and listen. And it gives you an understanding of what people really need and not just being told what they need,
Yeah. And
So,
and to add to that, Randy, that's a great point. I would say with Web Square, and I thought about you all. I was at an event in Mooresville, first event that I attended, phenomenal event, and there was someone there that asked me the same question that you have asked me and Stephanie have asked me before. It's not going into a conversation like you know everything or assuming anything. And this person asked me a question and I froze up. The question was, how can I help you? It's a simple question. How can I help you? And I really didn't know. It was so shocking because I'm so used to people saying, "Oh, have you thought about doing an event? Have you thought about partnering with the organization? Uh, or why aren't you doing more with partnering with wellness programs or gyms, yoga studios?" It's like this, which is all great. Oh, I get all that. I've tried it. Trust me, I've tried a lot of things. But to have someone like you all, to actually be genuine and say, okay, we see Quentin is in this business. He's working hard. He's trying this, he's trying that. So before we go in, let's just let's just sit back and be grounded and ask Quentin, okay, Quentin, I know you got this going on, but how can we help you? And I think instead of jumping over the wall and getting right into it, it's a bad start, I think. That's just an opinion. Opinion. So
well, I think my last question, probably the most important question, Quentin,
yeah,
is how do people find you?
yeah. I would say right at this moment, the best way to find me, like I have a website. So I have msaltworks.com. That's my website. If you're in Holly Springs, I'm a member of the Chamber of Commerce of Holly Springs Chamber. Uh, the team there is wonderful. Go above and beyond. Also a part of the Cary Chamber of Commerce, Fuquay Chamber of Commerce as well. And and I would say if you're a part of those communities, I would say I could be found there. I have I have social media, which is I think my tagline I'm trying to remember is M Salt Works. I'm pretty sure it's that. M for Mobile Salt Works. And
When you say social media, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn.
that's a great one. So on Instagram, so Mobile Saltworks, we are on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. We also are on LinkedIn. So if you're a business out there, whether you're a procurement manager, a HR representative, a wellness coordinator, you can find Mobile Saltworks under Quentin McAdoo LinkedIn profile. And I think those are,
We're going to have all of these links in the show notes.
please,
Yes, so people
please,
can find you.
please. And then, of course, following Web Squared, you can find me there because I'm highly connected here. So, yeah.
Great to have you here today, and we support you and your business, and we're happy to help. And we hope that you'll come back again sometime soon and do another interview with us.
I look forward.
Just a conversation. It doesn't have to be an interview, just a conversation.
Yes, I look forward to it. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Love the platform. Love Web Squared. Highly recommend for anyone that's looking for a way to be unstuck. I'll say that unstuck would be a way to, get within the Web Square program because they are experienced, they're helpful, and they really want you to be successful. So yeah, I thank you again for this opportunity.
And that's a wrap. Thank you.
Wrap. Thank you.
As we wrap up, I hope this conversation leaves you with a fresh reminder that wellness doesn't have to be complicated or out of reach. It can be practical, approachable, and even joyful. Quentin's work has proved that relief and restoration can meet us where we are, especially when life feels heavy. If something from today's episode resonated with you, consider this your nudge to choose one small act of care this week, because you deserve to feel supported, not just productive. Until next time, peace and love. Thank you for listening to the Web Remedy Podcast, a mindset-shifting project of Web Squared. Wealth Through Entrepreneurship for Black and Brown Businesses is a North Carolina nonprofit located in Chatham County. We offer incubator accelerator business services to Black and BIPOC entrepreneurs. Our podcast hosts are Stephanie Terry and Rennie Orr, the co-founders of Web Squared. We realize that building an ecosystem of support is critical to achieving our mission. Your donation to Web supports the podcast, Web's coaching services, and the promotion of the businesses and entrepreneurs we serve. To learn more about Web Squared, please visit our website at websquared.org.